This thing on? Is this thing recording? Yeah, I think it is. Hey, Genderqueer gang, this is Kai, and this week's topics are... I feel like I said topics? like I'm an English person. How did I get my family and friends to accept me, and how do I get people to use the right pronouns? But before I do that, I wanted to, show you guys this really fucking awesome thing that I discovered. Okay, so if you want a portable salad, right, if you want to, make a salad at home and then have, a portable one so that you have something healthy to eat, all you have to do is get yourself some freezer bags, like this. Put some salad in it, right? Take your dressing. I like vinaigrettes. Pour it in there. I'm going to measure it out. I'm at home, so I have that luxury, but if you're running around in the open world, you won't be able to measure it out. But you can just dump it in there or put some in a small container. So you got your dressing, you got your salad, you got your bag, you're at lunch at work, maybe you're on the bus. Close the bag really well. And then shake that motherfucker. And then that evenly distributes all of the dressing, and then you fucking have salad in a bag, and then you can eat that shit. Cool. Okay. How did I get my family and friends to accept who I am? I didn't. I think I've talked about this before, but I had a falling out with a ton of people, not my family, but a lot of friends, where it wasn't that they so much didn't accept, although there were a few, in which case I just got rid of those, but just weren't sensitive enough, so I pretty much just cut a bunch of them out. But for the ones that I kept, I guess I just kept the ones that were worth keeping, and that just accepted me and accepted what I had to say, and there have been a few people I've had to use quite a bit of patience with, or employ patience, but I did that because I knew that they were worth it and that they would come around. And so I just came to them honestly, told them I was sure about who I was or who I am, and said this is part of the deal, this is the package. And if you need to accept the whole package, you can't just have a piece. And the ones that really loved me were cool. I think the most difficult thing when it comes to being accepted, and especially pronouns, is I don't identify in a gender binary, and so that really confuses people, because everybody ever almost knows is male, female, man, woman, boy, girl. They don't understand that there's a huge, beautiful spectrum, or even spectra, of gender variancy, because most people have just been brainwashed. So that is the hurdle that I run into, and I really have to explain things real simple, be real careful about it, and sometimes it blows people's minds. And they didn't, I don't know, most people who I explained it to didn't understand that they were trapped in a gender binary until I told them I didn't identify with it, and then it was I exposed the bars to the prison. Figuratively, most people don't consider it a prison. That's just the way that I feel about it, kind of. And it just really confused people, because I'm choosing to medically transition, and so to them that equates to, oh, this person wants to be male, and I'm no, I just don't identify with my physical body, and I need to try something else, and blah blah blah. And so most of my discussions have centralized around, hey, this is how I feel. I don't identify with a binary. I need to explore my gender and explore my physical being, and that needs to be whatever I want it to be, and you're either going to accept it or not. And the ones that accepted it are cool. Pronouns, totally different thing. I don't care so much about pronouns as much as I care about the associations that are attached with them. So I definitely don't want to be she'd. I don't really identify with he, and so they, them, theirs seems to work really well. But people especially my like mom and my family, they've accepted me, but they like have a hard time with the pronouns. Like, they want to use either he or she, but that's because like my mom's 50 and my dad's like 60 and my stepmom is 60, and so there's just like, I've blown their minds enough. And so I really just like let them squeak by. And so sometimes my mom refers to me as he, sometimes she refers to me as she. My dad, mostly she, but has like respected my name change and has like donated some money to my surgery. And so it's more or less like me accepting them, not so much them accepting me, but understanding that they've reached their threshold about as much as like they're able to put into practical application, and I just like accept it with them because they're older. For my younger friends, I'm a little more like I correct them gently. I make sure that they're making an effort. As long as you're making an effort, like I don't get like super bajiggity about it, but if you're not making an effort, then that means that you don't care about being sensitive to me. And like that is what I'm looking for, is that solidarity and that sensitivity. So I guess I don't get people to do things. Like I can gently correct them and show patience and express to them how it is important to me and how it makes me feel when they don't. And then they either like follow through or they don't. And if they don't follow through, then that tells me something about who they are. But because I'm genderqueer, gender fluid, gender variant, and not like man-woman, I have to do a lot of explaining around that. Because most people have no experience with a gender spectrum. They just understand these like two things, and they didn't understand that there's like anything outside of that. So I hope that kind of covers it, and I hope that like somebody, you know, like gets something out of salad in a bag. I'm totally about to eat it. Cool. I want to thank both of my fellow friends on, well, you know, fellows, I guess, on the channel who have like advertised my shirts. Thank you very much. That's totally awesome. I'm getting closer and closer to my goal for top surgery every day, and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna leave some links per usual, my channel, my t-shirt link, and my surgery donations, and cool. I'll see you next week.